Many are confused with the choices. Am I right? So the concern is how to reduce the negative marks. Before getting into all those concepts, just to focus on the basic thing. When you feel that you are so like energetic at certain times of your daily routine, that time you try the most difficult ones here. You set the target like this, you will solve minimum 1000, 10,000, 10,000 UPC standard questions, including the previous year's one. Let's start the discussion. And this was our fourth NCERT test. We started with Indian polity, first NCERT test on Indian polity. Then it was geography and environmental science. Then it was Indian economy and general science. And the fourth was history and culture. Am I right? In this test, we covered ancient, medieval, modern and culture part. Okay. And how was the test? What was your experience? Whether this test was an easy one, moderate one, or it was a tough paper? It was a moderate paper. For many it was easy to moderate, for many it is moderate to tough, and for some maybe it will be a tough paper. Anyway, let us go for it. And here the common issues with you all is, after every test we have we done that to personal individual mentorship and all. Confusion is one of the reasons why you lose many marks. Many are confused with the choices. Am I right? Confusion element is there, conceptual clarity issue is there, 50-50 elimination. So sometimes you eliminated two choices and you have dilemma with the remaining two choices. So 50-50 elimination, some confusions are there. The negative marks, even though you try to give more attempts, more questions, still negative mark issues is there. You go for 3 rounds of reading, X, Y, Z category reading. Am I right? X category of questions you do in the first round of reading, which is easy questions. Y category is moderate and Z category is the toughest questions. But still, even though you go for 3 rounds of reading, many makes mistakes, especially negative marks. So the concern is how to reduce the negative marks. Then forgetting things. You faced the same thing here also. Many things you forgotten, many things you studied but you forgot. Then the focus shift is there. You are solving on this Sangam literature, your focus shifted to Rigvedic literature. Okay, you are solving 44th question, you are thinking about the 43rd question. Now there is carelessness. Because of carelessness, sometimes you made the right prediction in the question paper. Coming to OMR, when you do that shading of the bubbles, you made the wrong choice. No, in the question you found C is the right answer. In the OMR you did D as your right answer. No, that is again an issue. Not able to do 3 rounds of reading, and finally time management. Still, these are the common concerns with many of the UPC aspirants. Let me ask you one straightforward question. Is this solvable? All these issues, whether do you have solution for this? Exactly, you have solution for this. Now, yes, coming to this, coming to your exam, prelims exams, some common solutions tips I would like to share with you is, being bit nervous is okay, just accept it. Okay, this is not the mutton biryani you are celebrating, you are enjoying. This is the prelims mock test you are giving. Am I right? Little bit of nervousness will be there. For example, you are going to marry, tying the knot, or you are going to play that World Cup football, or you are going to inaugurate a shop. Something you do, little bit nervousness is there, and that is quite human. Accept it. Okay. Then say, trust your intuition. Overthinking is, that is so dangerous. So suppose the statement is like this. For example, the Sangam Buddhist literature, Manimegale, is written by Ilango Adigal, which talks about this economic divisions of industries, or maybe about the commercialization of agriculture and so on. Before getting into all those concepts, just to focus on the basic thing. Whether this Manimegale is Sangam literature, it is Buddhist literature, whether it is written by Ilango Adigal. It's not by Ilango Adigal, it is by Satanar only. There itself, you make the conclusion that the statement is wrong. Then why you invest a lot of your time into the rest of the portions discussed in the statement? Okay, you are overthinking and, getting into unwanted areas, that will make the wrong choices. So just try to limit your thoughts here. Just try to limit your thoughts as per UPC requirements. That is also very important. So don't go for, trust your intuition. Whatever comes to your mind in the first thinking, that will be the right answer. But the problem with us is, we will think a lot about that. Okay, more about that, and sometimes such overthinkings, yes, like that trap us into trouble. So trust your intuition, don't go for overthinking while solving the papers. Now mind game, consistency and discipline matters. That is also very important. When you solve these prelims papers, when you solve the prelims papers, you must have consistency in practice, you must have consistency in solving and exercising these questions, and also you must have a discipline. The problem is, you answered the first question, you jumped into the 50th question, then you jumped into the 75th question, then 100 question, then you are confused to what all the questions I answered or not answered. You maintain a discipline, maintain a consistency. This XY category strategy is a pretty fine strategy. It will enable you go for 3 rounds of reading. X questions I said, which you damn sure, out of 100 questions, 25 to 30 questions would be such X category questions, which you perfectly know the answer, which you revised to very well, you know the answer. Such questions you can solve in the first round. Second category is Y category questions. Yes, like at least 4 choices, 3 choices at least 2 choices Okay, at least you done revision of such questions, or topics at least one time. Such category questions you can go for second round. And the toughest questions you leave for the last round of reading, third round of reading. Okay, maintain a consistency and discipline in solving the questions, attempting the paper. Regular revision matters a lot. Be it current affairs or it is sometimes, when you approach the current affairs, recently you heard a news that these Jain couples, that sacrificed or they give up or they donated all their wealth and they joined this Jain monastic order. Am I right? It's a current affair, yeah. It's a current affair. With the same current affair knowledge, you can solve that static questions. In this paper, there was a question whether these women in this Jainism or women can join monastic order, whether they can achieve salvation. Such kind of a question was asked. Am I right? So reading, you how to balance it. It is not purely static areas only you revise, or it is not purely current affairs you do. You balance it. You will how to give equal weightage to your static areas revisions and current affairs revision. Got the idea? Because current affairs will help you to solve the static. Static will help you. The basic conceptual understanding of the static concepts, that will help you to solve many current affair questions also. Okay, so they mutually complement each other, that you should not compromise. Then low memory retention, that is also a problem with many. You told me that sir, many things I've forgotten. Am I right? What is the solution? What is the solution? What is the solution? Yeah. Yes, revision is the solution. Give multiple rounds multiple rounds revisions. You can do that pie diagrams, Venn diagrams, or flowcharts, or mind mapping. All those things you can practice. At least that Gejini model practice, revision you can do in your body. You have the physics. You write everything on the body, or at least in the 4 walls of your study room. Sticky notes. What is that? Okay, all the core things, biospheres, UNESCO heritage sites, constitutional articles, amendments, judgments, just write it on the sticky notes and, stick on the walls. Okay, do different alternative, there are different innovative methods which will help you to, that is, suiting your mind, is suiting your comfort, you can just do pie diagrams, Venn diagrams, flowcharts, or mind mapping. Different options are there. Even you can do that cartoons also for revision purpose. Okay, then see, there is like energy peak points in your daily routine. Am I right? You may have, Dhanraj, you may have some energy peak points in the daily routine. What will you do that time? Eat and sleep. When you feel that you are so like energetic at certain times of your daily routine, that time you try the most difficult ones here. The most difficult. Economy is most difficult for you, or maybe geography is most difficult for you, history is most difficult for you. When you feel that yes, you have that full, that that confidence, or that what is called that arti atyagraham, you see a particular moment in the daily routine, when you feel that you're fully energized, that time you can spend on your most difficult subjects and most difficult subjects revisions and preparations. Okay. Yes, read. This is one solution. Read, record, repeat. Some things maybe you feel that is so tough, so difficult, that you can read well, revise well, you can record it, and you can listen to that when you do some leisure activities, leisure things. Am I right? Then there is illustrations. Akbar also done many of these epics and many of that manuscripts, illustrated with the painting. That is Akbar. Am I right? So if you feel reading is tough for you, understanding from these words is tough for you, you can make paintings, you can make that drawings and all. That is also easy way of learning something. Okay, you can make that mind mapping and all. That will help you to follow easily. You can have some chocolates, limited chocolates, stress relief solution. Not the kilos of chocolates, little bit. Then say current affairs, give equal weightage to current affairs. Mock test, I will never tolerate. If you skip the mock test, you can't clear this exam. That is very crucial, yeah. My target, your target, our target is before this yes, May 28. How many days left? 181, 182. Okay, before 28th, you have to solve. If you really wish to clear 2023, you must solve minimum 10,000 questions. You got my logic? Before this prelims, May 28, 2023, May 28th, this prelims, you have to, 181 days are there. You set the target like this, you will solve minimum 1,000, 10,000, 10,000 UPC standard questions, including the previous year's one. Got the idea? So mocks, that will definitely save you and help you to crack this exam. Then analyze. Always this is important. This is what we are doing. After every exam, you must have a self-assessment, your performance assessment. What is your score? How many questions you attempted? How many went wrong, right? Then how many questions unattempted? And what are the issues with you? Why you made it right? Why you made it wrong? Okay, where all you are like a logic, you are like your predictions gone wrong. What all the mistakes you made out of carelessness, logical errors, conceptual errors, you try to figure out, you try to find out your problems and sit with your mentor, rectify it. If you do it for every exam, yes, 2023 prelims will be yours. Got the idea? Yes, then of course, yes, you must enjoy this process. This is, you don't take it as a, headache. Don't take it as a headache. Don't take it as a burden for you, because this is a process, prelims, mains, interview, you have to clear, then only you can join your dream job. Am I right? So just love this process, just enjoy this process. What all the obstacles, what all the problems you face, discuss with your personal mentors, your subject experts, and get solution for that. Utilize it. Even your peer discussion, your friends, your fellow aspirants, will definitely support you. So utilize these opportunities, utilize your mentorships and all, and just enjoy this process. Things will be much easier for you. Got the idea? Yes, now coming to this paper, coming to today's paper, I always say that in every subject, be it a subject-wise exam or it is full-length GS exam, 75% to 80% questions would be from, they would be from the core areas of your subjects, core areas of your syllabus. Am I right? Am I right? Yes, 75 to 80% questions are, directly from your, or they are from the core areas of your syllabus or from the subject prescribed. Am I right? It was a history test, ancient, medieval, modern, art and culture, and purely from NCERT. And majority questions, they came straight away from NCERT only. Few little bit, current affairs questions. Rest of them directly from your NCERT textbooks only. We always surprised, these questions are alien questions. These are from some other planets or some other space. Am I right? But they are actually from your syllabus only, Chitra. You see, what was the first question? What was the first question? Prehistoric art. You should know that prehistoric art. Am I right? Prehistoric Lacoria or Bembedega, different cave paintings are there. Prehistoric paintings, prehistoric art. That is one of the core areas of your ancient India syllabus. Am I right? The second question, which was from social reforms, 19th century social reforms are the Brahma Samaj, Arya Samaj, Prarthana Samaj, Aligarh movement, Theosophical Society, different, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Swami Dayanand Saraswati, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, many reformers are there, many reformist movements are there, revivalist movements are there, which is again a core topic you have to study from modern India. Am I right? The third question, which was from IVC culture, Indus Valley civilization, again another blockbuster module from ancient India. Repeatedly UPSC asked questions. Recently there was a question on Dolavira, am I right? UNESCO heritage site, am I right? Yes. Then Stupa architecture, pillar architecture, Stupa architecture, Chaitya architecture, Vihara architecture, rocket architecture, temple architecture, Indo-Islamic architecture. So that art and architecture portion from ancient, medieval, modern, again very, very crucial area for your prelims examination. Repeatedly UPSC frequently asked questions from that area. You see, fifth question, Gandhiji Satyagraha. Gandhiji's first civil disobedience in a localized movement, Champaran, and his first hunger strike in the Ahmedabad mill strike, and his first non-cooperation in that particular Kheda Satyagraha, his first mass nationalized mass movement, that was Rowlatt Satyagraha, okay, and the first nationalized mass non-cooperation, that is Khilafat non-cooperation, and his like a Satyagraha first experienced in South Africa. All those things you have to study in the modern India. Am I right? Moderate, extremist, revolutionary, Gandhian phases are very, very crucial topics in your modern Indian history. Am I right? Yes. Then there was a question which was on Jain teachings. Teachings of or doctrines, teachings and philosophies of Jainism, Buddhism, which is again very, very important for you. Am I right? The teachings of Jainism, teachings of Buddhism, doctrines and philosophies and their councils, divisions, literature, all those portions are important for you. There was a question, seventh question was Mahajanpadas. Mahajanpadas, basic geography you should know. The physical geography you should know. At least the alignment of Indian states you should know. Where is Haryana, where is UP, where is Bihar, where is Gandhara, this basic idea you should know. So with your basic geography knowledge, you can solve this question. Am I right? Sometimes for solving history, sometimes geography will help you. Sometimes economy will help you. Am I right? Yes. Then there is Nasik inscriptions. Different inscriptions are there. Nasik inscription is there. Nanaigad inscription is there. Uttaramerur inscription is there. Aihole inscription is there. Allahabad inscription is there. Or this Junagadh inscription is there. Different inscriptions are there. You must know Bangera inscription is there. You must know Madhuban inscription is there. You must know these inscriptions belonging to which dynasty, which age, and what they are talking about. Most of the inscriptions are royal ordinances, or they are talking about these contributions and military achievements of that contemporary rulers. Am I right? Am I right? There is an inscription which talk about local self-government. Uttaramerur inscription of the imperial Cholas. Am I right? Yes. Then the ninth question, it was on Indian literature, ancient Indian literature. 10th question, Gupta's contributions to art, architecture, literature. 11th question, IVC city. A description on a city is given and you have to identify the city. Then see Harshavardhana's reign. Question from Harshavardhana's reign. Question from scholars of ancient India. Question from Neolithic site. Question from Ashokan inscription. 16th number, it was on 1857 revolt. 17th one, it is Kashmir. Basic knowledge is required here. Kashmir, this Kashmir, if you know its climatic conditions, you know that mostly the snow, the warf, you see that snowfall and these extreme cold conditions, people used to live in the pit to dwellings, means that is logically correct. The condition is so severe there, am I right? Then see South Kingdoms, Rigvedic gods, and 20th question was Harappan script. So just I shown you 20 questions only. 100 questions are there, just I shown you 20 questions. You just see, if you check the first 20 questions, you can see that they are asked from the core areas only. This is happening. You go for 2011 to 22, all the GS papers you just do for a cross analysis, you will understand that 75 to 80 questions, minimum 75 to 80 questions are purely from the core areas of the core subjects. You understood my point? What can be your cutoff maximum? 100 or 110. And if you have mastery over these 75 to 80 questions or areas, means definitely you can crack prelims examination here. You got my point? You got my point? In every subject, core areas are there. You must revise them very well. The problem with many aspirants, they ignore the core areas and they are running after these most toughest, 10% or 20% questions. They are running after these unknown areas of this every subject. That can be 10% or 15% or 20%. And what you do, you sacrifice these 80% core topics, core areas, just for the sake of that 10% or 20% unknown areas. So unknown areas endu aikota adu vittekku ningalku ivide 80% inde velliyoru portion undu. If you done justice to that 80% of the questions or areas, if definitely I'm telling you, yes, cracking prelims will be a cakewalk for you. You got my point? Yes. Now coming to the question paper, what was your first question? What was your first question? Yes, this was your first question. You see? Yes, with reference to the features of prehistoric rock paintings, consider the following statements. Am I right? With reference to the features of the prehistoric rock paintings, consider the following statements. That was the first question. Am I right? Questions are with you? Yes, you know, let me tell you that by knowing a single statement, you can come up to that answer. Am I right? Only a single statement, if you know very well, it is not necessary you must know all the three statements, Jijil. Okay, see, the first one, okay, you don't have any idea about the first statement. I accept, I accept, I have no issues. Then see, you don't have any idea about the third statement. That also I accept, okay. But if you know the second statement, this is best purely out of the logic here. Rashid can apply the logic, Sibi can apply logic, Anjali can apply the logic, Devika can apply the logic, Rajiv. Evidence of superimposition of painting was found in most of the prehistoric paintings. Most, you see here the problem with the keyword is, you know, they say it is most. They say it is most of these prehistoric cave paintings. Whether this superimposition, you know, that multiple layer of the paintings on the same surface, whether it is a common feature, whether it is identified in all the prehistoric cave paintings, superimposition identified in the Bhimbedaka rock shelters. In one of the caves we have seen, there is superimposition of the painting. Do you think it is a common feature to all prehistoric paintings across the Indian subcontinent? No, that is not a common feature. We cannot say evidence of superimposition of painting was found in most of the prehistoric paintings. In most of the prehistoric paintings means it is Bhimbedaka, Lakudiyar, it is you know, in wherever you have the in the Vindhya ranges, in the you know, this Madhya Pradesh, UP, what all the paintings, prehistoric paintings you see, everywhere this is a common feature. That way we can't infer that is not a common feature. It is not a mostly seen in all these prehistoric cave paintings. If you know that, see, if you know that, just look into the chords given here, 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 and 3. In all these, you know, except that is C choice, the 2 is a common point. Am I right? We know that the second one is a wrong one. Am I right? So without knowing first and third statement, I come to the conclusion that my answer is 1 and 3 only. 1 and 3 only. Sometimes this kind of, you know, like I mean, methods will help you to come to the conclusion. Go for the statements. Sometimes UPC simply to trick you, simply to, you know, make you fool, they will make some adjustments in the statement. They will reframe the statement in such a way that you can eliminate something and you can come to the conclusion. Am I right? So the first one is correct. In India, earliest painting traced back to Upper Paleolithic, which is true only. Then richest paintings were reported from the Indian ranges. That is also true. Mostly they, you know, concentrated in this Madhya Pradesh, this Uttar Pradesh regions and all that we have seen. Now coming to this, also you please take care that this this particular thing, what is that painting portion, that prehistoric painting, this concept is very important. You must know what are the salient features of this Upper Paleolithic painting, Mesolithic painting, Chalcolithic painting. That must be very clear to you. Linear representation of the characters, you know, stick like human figures. Linear representation of the characters, a feature of Upper Paleolithic. Am I right? Then this Mesolithic, themes are more, size of the painting is smaller, hunting is the dominant scene, nude and clothed women is presented. Then this, you know, animals are naturalistic and humans are artificial. Am I right? Some features. Coming to Chalcolithic painting, geometrical abstract paintings you can see there. Okay, the exchange of ideas become themes of painting during Chalcolithic age. So you must know the core features of the prehistoric painting. Now moving on to the next question. What is the next question? Question number 2. Yes, question number 2, which is regarding this Arya Samaj. So this is very important. You must know, all of you guys, be it Ramya, be it Sruthi or anybody, you all must know the central features of this socio-religious reformist revivalist movements of 19th century and 20th century. Okay, coming to this Arya Samaj. Swami Dayanand Saraswati, the founder of Arya Samaj, regarded Vedas are infallible. That is a basic difference between this Rajaram Mohan Roy and Swami Dayanand Saraswati. Am I right? Rajaram Mohan Roy believed Vedas are not infallible. Human reasoning is superior. Human reasoning can be applied even into Vedic knowledge also, Vedic test also. So he says Vedas are not infallible. But the Arya Samaj, which was a revivalist movement, believed Vedas are infallible. Vedas are infallible. So Arya Samaj is a revivalist movement. Brahma Samaj was a reformist movement. Arya Samaj believed Vedas are infallible. Brahma Samaj believed Vedas are not infallible. Human reasoning is superior than this Vedic test. Okay, that is Brahma Samaj. So this point is correct. Then Keshav Chandra Sen started Shuddhi movement. Keshav Chandra Sen, you must know who are the major, major players of the various socio-religious reform movements. Keshav Chandra Sen is associated with the Brahma Samaj or Arya Samaj? Associated with the Brahma Samaj. Simply knowing that fact, you can eliminate the second statement. Am I right? He is not having any connection with this. Lala Lajpat Rai, he is having connection with the Arya Samaj. But this Keshav Chandra Sen, he belongs to, even you must know their locations also. Okay, this Brahma Samaj, it is Bengal or it is Bombay? It is Bengal. Arya Samaj is that is Maharashtra, Bombay regions. Okay, so you just to try to identify the reformers and the locations also. Okay, Keshav Chandra Sen, he belongs to that particular Brahma Samaj, and this Arya Samaj, that is Swami Dayanand Saraswati, or maybe this Shahjanan, what is his name? Lala Lajpat Rai, those peoples. Okay, so anyway, you try to understand second statement is wrong. Then Shuddhi movement is a purification movement that belongs to Arya Samaj. Then Swami Dayanand subscribed to Vedic notion of Chaturvarna system, in which a person was identified by his birth. Chaturvarna identified by birth means that is a social evil. Am I right? Both of these people, they were against the social inequalities. You remember? Brahma Samaj, Arya Samaj, all these are reformists, or maybe they are, Renaissance movement. They are against the social evils. Chaturvarna by birth means it is a social evil, it is a social discrimination. Am I right? So he subscribed to Chaturvarna, but it is not identified by this birth, but it is identified by merit of the person, and it is by occupation of the person. So Swami Dayanand Saraswati believed, yes, this Chaturvarna, it's fine, but it is identity is not by birth, identity is by occupation or merit of the person. If you have some merit of your quality, you can change your varnas also. You can have like a progression in the social ladder. Okay, that idea is there. So here not correct, they are asking. Here the not correct one, second statement is not correct, third statement is not correct. So your answer has to be 2 and 3 only. Okay, so that concept, you please try to understand what are the central ideas of this Arya Samaj. That concept is important. See, this is Arya Samaj. Arya Samaj, Swami Dayanand Saraswati, 1875, he founded this in Bombay, and objectives, revival of this Aryan religion, removal of the evils crept into the Aryan religion. Principles, Vedas are infallible, opposition to idolatry, opposition to polytheism, opposition to rituals and sacrifices. Social front demanded, is advocated, abolition of untouchability, abolition of the caste system. Caste system means the rigid caste version. Okay, then this abolition of polygamy, or this promotion of this female education, abolition of this child marriage. So these are socio-religious movements. They demanded social reforms, religious reforms. Then division happens, that is on basis of education. What kind of the education should be imparted, on which on that idea Arya Samaj is split into two. Okay, there is DAV faction, there is Gurukul faction. Gurukul faction by Swami Shraddhananda, DAV faction by Lala Hansraj and Lala Lajpat Rai. Now Shuddhi movement is also related to this Arya Samaj, which is meant for reconversion of converted Hindus, and it is to prevent this conversion, for which there is Garvapasi or Shuddhi movement associated with the Arya Samaj.